This video, I have 4 live final expense sales calls for final expense telesales that all result in closes. Objections are overcome. Some of them are so smooth we don't even get any objections. Look in the description so you can navigate between the different calls. Also, if you'd like to know what scripts I use, please send me an email at jve@thejve.com. I'll be more than happy to help give you my script. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet and use these videos as a resource for you to learn final expense telesales. Let's get to it. Hi. Hey, Joel. How you doing today?
I'm all right.
Awesome, man. Well, my name's Justin. I'm with Senior Life Services, and the reason for my call is that yesterday you had spoken with one of the representatives from my company in regards to some coverage that you wanted information on. Do you remember the security question that you gave him the answer to, which is your favorite color?
Right.
You remember what you gave him?
Sure.
What color was that?
I don't know. You tell me.
I got blue here, but you're supposed to answer it for me.
Well, no need of me answering it for you. You're the one supposed to be knowing it.
Yeah, no, I do. That's why we ask, because I'm going to go over your other personal information with you here, so I don't want to be giving your address to someone who didn't know your favorite color, right?
All right, well. Okay.
But I can tell you're
right, man.
all right. Great, man. So you're at...
That's correct.
Great. And what's your date of birth? I see your age here is 55, but they didn't get your date of birth.
Actually, I'm 54. I told the girl.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh, man, I'm December 8th.
Oh, cool.
I've had more than half the people I've spoken to today have had December birthdays. That's just crazy.
There's a bunch of us.
Like everybody got busy in March, right?
Exactly.
So, you were looking for information on potentially $20,000 in coverage for your son, and he would be the one taking care of everything if something happened to you?
Right, yeah.
Okay, what's his name? Okay, cool. All right, man. Well, like I said, my name's Justin. I'm with Senior Life Services, and I'm sure you're just like most people, Joel, and most people that request the information are just looking for some more info on some final expense programs and some plans and benefits that are available to you. And the reason that we call you back is 2 reasons. First is to see exactly what you qualify for and what plans and benefits are available to you. And second is to see exactly what your particular needs are, okay?
Gotcha.
And exactly what problems you'd like this program to solve, because everyone's needs are a little different, and everyone's family is going to face different problems and challenges when they pass away. So because of that, there's no one-size-fits-all plan or magical brochure that can solve everyone's problems, which would be nice, and if I can make it, I'll make a lot of money. But one common need of everyone I talk to, Mr. Stone, is that they want to make sure that their loved ones, and in this case Aaron, would be taken care of, and that there'd be something in place so that when the good Lord does call you home, there's something there to lift that burden and cover all those expenses and have peace of mind. And I'm sure that probably sounds like you, right?
Sure.
Okay, great. Well, you probably answered my next question here, Mr. Stone, but let me ask you this. When you did speak with our representative yesterday, were you looking for something for yourself or cover? Okay, cool. All right, sir. Well, it sounds like you're like most people I speak with, and like I mentioned before, I'm a benefits coordinator, and I hope I can be a bearer of some good news for you today. And the first bit of good news that I want to bring you is that I have unlimited flexibility with these programs, because this may not be your situation, but most of the people, you're about one of the youngest people that I speak with, so you're kind of ahead of the game here in making preparations. Most people I speak with are over 60 or 65, and they're on some sort of fixed income, so these companies have allowed me to have unlimited flexibility with the premiums to accommodate their needs and their financial needs. So if that is you, I'm not saying it is, I don't know if it is, but if that is you, then you can rest assured that regardless of whatever your specific needs are, I'll be able to find something that can hopefully work for you, okay? But to find out exactly what you qualify for and what benefits and plans are here for you, the only thing I have to do is just ask a little bit about your general health, okay?
Mm-hmm. And this is for insurance for after you die? I mean, is it burial insurance or is it life insurance?
So there's small life insurance policies, smaller face amount, that are designed specifically for your final expenses that are easy to get. So you don't have to have someone come out to your house with an EKG and all this other stuff to do all the crazy tests that take 6 weeks. This is pretty simple stuff. I'm going to ask you some questions here to figure out exactly what I can get you qualified for. So these programs typically go anywhere from $2,500 to $50,000.
Gotcha.
All right? And then we also have term policies, but I'll go over those with you. I have to find out what you qualify for. So Do you have a history of any heart, liver, kidney, or lung issues?
I have a bicuspid valve in my heart.
Okay, bicuspid valve and heart. Okay, and any liver, kidney, or lung issues?
No.
Okay, and my uncle actually has that. Is it it's kind of like a genetic thing, right? It doesn't.
It's genetic.
You can
three
function
flaps,
though,
you
right?
have two.
You what?
Instead, on your aorta valve, instead of 3 flaps that open and let the blood in and out or whatever, I have 2.
Oh, they're two are fused together, I think, right?
Yeah, to a certain degree, but some get fused.
Okay.
Some are just. I was born with 2. So.
Okay, man. But has it had an impact on any of like your general health, or are you,
No,
you pretty
I went
much
to
okay?
a cardiologist here a couple months ago, and he
Oh.
told me not to come back for at least a year. So.
Okay, cool. Good for you, man. Awesome. And do you have a history of any cancer, diabetes, heart attack, stroke, or COPD?
I have type 2 diabetes controlled by medicine.
Okay, that's oral medication?
Yes.
Metformin?
I take metformin and I take glyburide.
Okay. Metformin and glyburide.
My last A1C was 5.4.
Okay. Wow, man, you're on top of this stuff.
Yeah, that's really good stuff.
Good for you. Now, do you have any complications of the diabetes, like neuropathy or tingly hands and feet or anything like that?
My feet bother me some, not terribly, but.
Okay. Are you on any medication for it though, like gabapentin or Lyrica?
I do take gabapentin. Yep.
Okay, so you take it for that?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Okay. And are you on any medication other than the metformin, glimepiride, and gabapentin?
I take high blood pressure medication, losartan, and amlodipine.
Amlodipine?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right. So, cool. And how tall are you, Joel?
6'3".
6'3"?
Uh-huh.
And you're a tall guy. How much do you want to weigh today?
Well, I'll tell you the truth and tell you I'll weigh 320.
320?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've actually was 371 about 3-4 months ago. So.
Wow, man. How'd you lose so much weight?
Keto.
Keto?
Yep.
Man, that's great that you say that because I know so many people that have tremendous benefits from that. That's amazing, man.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's not bad. You kind of get tired of eating the same old stuff, but you know.
Yeah, I'm really into fitness and like bodybuilding and stuff, and I actually have no carbs until my third meal of the day. So I'll have only eggs and spinach and carrots for breakfast.
Yeah, really. Wow.
And then some almond butter.
I can't handle the eggs. The spinach and carrots. Oh man.
Yeah, I have 7 eggs for breakfast, hard boiled.
Wow.
Yeah, but hey, you feel good. Like I feel so much better doing that than having a bowl of carbohydrates because I get tired. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, as soon as they wear out, you're done.
Yeah, and it's funny how like the typical American breakfast is like get up, have a ton of carbs, and then go through your day, and it's total opposite of like really what your body needs. It's kind of. You probably feel better now, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's amazing, man. That's cool. I'm going to share that with some of my friends that have had challenges losing weight because they say, "Oh, I don't believe it." I said, "Okay, well."
I did a very modified version of it. I try to just keep my carbs below 30 a day. If I can keep below 30 a day, shoot, I'm good. And it's not I didn't lose 50 pounds in a week. I mean, it took a while, but I can still enjoy certain things and.
That's probably helped your diabetes so much too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, it has.
Yeah, for sure. And your insulin sensitivity will actually naturally go up from that, so you won't need as many of those medications. And I want to give you a tip here too. A couple of my clients have actually come off, not a doctor, but have come off of metformin because a couple of them had bad reactions to it. So a couple of them have actually come off just taking cinnamon tablets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you try cinnamon tablets, it can increase your insulin sensitivity, and it allows your body to digest and process carbohydrates more slowly and more efficiently so that it's not just like a rapid spike into your bloodstream.
Yeah.
So,
wow,
yeah.
I have to look into that.
Yeah, definitely give it a try, man. So, but hey, I want to congratulate you on that, sir. And because of that, I'm looking here at this company called American Home Life, and it looks like you'd be qualified for one of their best programs as long as they'd be okay with bicuspid valve in the heart. Sometimes they have issues of people with heart conditions and and diabetes, but it doesn't ask about it on their questions. They just say heart disease, and you don't have heart disease,
Yeah,
right?
no,
It's just
I have disease, no.
yeah, no, okay, cool. Because you could probably exercise and be okay, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, it had, like I say, I just had a echocardiogram, EKG, all that good crap, and he told me, he says, you look great.
X-rays, laser beams, the whole nine.
Well, I didn't do X-rays because and I'm gonna be real honest with you and tell you, they wanted me to do a CT scan.
Yeah.
The CT scan with my insurance was going to cost me $3,000.
Oh my gosh, man! What insurance do you have?
Obviously shitty, but it's through my wife's work. She's a diagnostician for Clean Independent School District.
Okay.
Here, and they don't give school people.
Yeah, that's horrible, man. I mean, it's the most important job in the world to work for schools, you know.
And we pay $1,500 a month for health insurance.
$1,500 a month?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, the whole system's messed up. You know?
It really
it's
is.
not just you
really
guys.
Is.
I mean, I'm a healthy 30-year-old guy, and if I didn't own a business and essentially write off my entire life because I reinvest everything back into this,
right.
then I would pay like $600 a month or something, or $500 or $600 a month, and it's like, and then you have your whole deductible on top of that. So it's like, what am I even paying for?
That's the crazy part. We pay $1,500 a month, and then we're still responsible for 20%.
Oh my goodness!
Video that kind of crap, and I'm like, God.
Hey, I get it, man. It's a pretty common thing, but luckily for this, I can get you for some discounts on it. Okay, as long as you qualify for it, I'm predicting you can. There is another program that we could go with, worst case scenario, but I want to go over some of the features of this program. Do you have a pen and piece of paper available? Okay.
The American Home Life was the name of the company?
Yeah, American Home Life. So they are great for people. Have you ever been insulin dependent?
No.
Okay. Have you had diabetes for more than 20 years?
No, not more than 20.
Ever have insulin shock?
No.
Okay. So this company, we started work with them, and they've been really great with us because they're the best carrier to go with for people who are on oral medication controlling diabetes and have some complications like neuropathy. Most insurance companies, they don't like neuropathy, and they kind of look at it a different way. But American Home Life, they actually had doctors design their application. They said, hey, as long as someone's controlling it with diet and oral medication, the neuropathy really isn't a big deal. So,
and I actually had a neurologist tell me that he doesn't know if it's neuropathy from the diabetes or it's a nerve damage situation, because I had trouble years and years ago with a sciatic nerve problem. And I'm of course I got over it. I went to a reflexologist and got over it, but he seemed to think it may be a nerve damage type thing. So
yeah, I mean that very well could be, but I know with life insurance companies, the way that we do these programs is that they just check on the phone. They check your medical and prescription history,
right.
And they'll match it up. And
once
sometimes
certain, and they're like, oh shit.
Well, if they see diabetes medication and gabapentin, then they're like, okay, red flag, And some people have gotten burns and stuff, but for the most part, if you said tingly hands and feet, and your doctor, whoever prescribes the gabapentin may have put that the reason was for nerve damage, and they'll see that. But either way, that's neither here nor there, because you're controlling it, and this company hopefully would be able to take you with that. So a few of the benefits here, I want you to just write this down. These are important. I'm going to go number 1. So this is whole life, okay? So that means it's permanent and it never changes, okay? So it's guaranteed for the rest of your life. And whatever premium that we decide on for your program will never increase, regardless of any change in your age or health, all right? And that's important because there are a lot of companies out there that will get you a program like a term policy, and for something for your final expenses, a whole life is the way to go, because a term will eventually fall off. And if they approve you for a term, there's like a 99.99% chance you're going to outlive it, or else they wouldn't have approved you, right?
Exactly.
And a whole life, I mean, we're all going to, if you have a whole life, you're going to use it someday, because just how it goes, right? So the cool thing is that a lot of our other competitors out there only offer term for these type of easy apply programs, but we're able to get a whole life base with these carriers that we work with. And also, too, next one I want to go over with you is a terminal illness benefit. If you want to write that down, a terminal illness benefit.
Gotcha.
So a lot of the ones you see on TV or get in the mail, like Globe Life or Colonial Penn, that have similar types of programs to these, they're not able to offer this benefit. And what this does is it allows you to receive your entire benefit in advance if you're deemed terminally ill. Okay? So because we do so much business with these carriers, they give us added values to give to our clients. Okay? And this is one of them. So have you ever known someone who was terminally ill, Mr. Stone, or a family member who doctor said they only had a certain amount of time to live?
Yep, my dad.
Okay. And did he live close by to you?
Well, yeah. I was 16 years old when he died. So.
Okay. So did someone have to take care of him while he was sick?
Well, yeah, he died in the hospital basically. So.
Okay, yeah. And my mother's very similar thing. She had, she was deemed terminally ill. I don't know if it was the same situation, but she passed away in a nursing home, and she had brain cancer. So essentially what happened is the doctor said, okay, you have 6 months or less to live. And I was down here in Florida, and she was in Massachusetts. So I had to fly back and forth a couple times a month to take care of her. So what happens, Mr. Stone, is in the hospitals are really good at keeping people alive while they're sick. They're not that great at curing people, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is those last moments of your life, it's going to go from where Aaron or your wife who you took care of for so long, where you're going to be in a situation where you can't take care of yourself anymore. So they're going to have to take care of you.
Yep.
And if a little older or still working, then what's going to happen is that they're going to have to take vacation time or call out from work and spend extra money, because it's very expensive to be sick, to drive to take care of you and make sure that you're okay, right? So what this benefit can allow you to do is take that stress off financially, say, hey, I'm going to get this money up front. I'm going to prepay for my arrangements and save a ton of money by just giving them a lump sum ahead of time before we need it. And we're going to use some of this extra money here to make sure that don't have to have less food on their table or less money in their wallets because you got sick, right? Because I know you wouldn't want that to happen. And the reality is my mom was like, oh, no, you can go. Like, I don't need you here. You're not you're taking time off from work. But it's like, you're my mom, like you took care of me my whole life. I'm not just going to leave you there, So it's a whole huge reality that a lot of people overlook in this. And this benefit will allow you to make sure that problem never happens because you can get it ahead of time. And then especially if you're in a nursing home, there's a benefit for confined care. So instead of just electing to get the whole benefit up front, if you're in some sort of nursing home or skilled medical facility or long-term care facility, you could receive up to 5% of that face amount every month. So you could say, hey, I got $20,000. I'm going to get $1,000 a month, up to $1,000 a month. It'll obviously come out of the benefit, but it can help you when you need it. So you can say, okay, I got $500 a month for Aaron, $500 a month for Deborah, for the time that they're taken away from their normal work and activities to make money so that they can be on their feet. And then, hey, you could even throw a pizza party in there or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, some beers. In these plans, the next thing here is since it's a whole life, it builds cash value. So it will have a loan value that'll build up over time, which means that it builds equity. So down the road, if you ever needed some money, there'll be a piece of that in this program, and it's essentially a way of the company to give you back the premiums that you put in that have not been used yet, okay?
Gotcha.
So that's not recommended. It's recommended to keep it and not touch that, but it is there if you need it, right? It's good to know that some of this money is going towards something. It's the only insurance that'll actually pay you back as you're paying it, right?
Gotcha.
Saying, hey, you haven't used this yet. Here's some money that you can use. So the awesome thing here with the diabetes and medication and gabapentin, most companies would, if they did approve you altogether, they would make you wait 2 years for a full benefit. So that's not necessarily a bad thing because the way those programs work, people misunderstand them a lot of times. They say if the way it works is that you pay for 2 years, and if in the first 2 years something happens, natural causes, then Aaron or Deborah would receive everything you put in plus 10% interest. So it's like a 10% interest savings account. And if you find me one of those, I'll put all my money in there because they don't exist, right? So there's no way to lose money. And then month 25 on, the full benefit is available. And if someone died in the first 24 months on an accident, the full amount would be payable anyway. But this program, because of this company and their little differences in underwriting, I think I could get you can't promise, but I think I could get you a program that goes into 100% full benefit immediately from day one. So for your new program, you wouldn't have to worry about, hey, 2 years or whatever. Like, it would kick in right away. And that's great because, like I said, most of the other competitors in the market wouldn't do that. The other company I work with, one of their questions is, have you ever been diagnosed with complications of diabetes like neuropathy? They don't ask in the last 2 years or how is it, just it's a yes or no. And most companies work that same way, right? And then the last thing, this is really important, we're a full-service life insurance agency here, okay? We specialize in these programs like the one I'm going over with you right now, and we have a full-time staff office of over 20 people that handles claims, handles client issues, so you're never going to have to call American Home Life and be on hold with a corporate office for 20 minutes. All you do is you call our home office. We've been in business for 42 years. We're Better Business Bureau, A+ rated. Call our home office. You'll never talk to a computer. You get a live person. Hi, my name's I got a new bank account. I had some fraud on my other account. I want to switch my payment preferences. Great, cool. We'll get that on for you, and they take care of it. And then we handle everything on the back end. And then the same thing when the time comes to need this benefit, then we'll be there to help them every step of the way. I actually faxed over a claim this morning for a woman I got covered 6 months ago. So looking at a few different options here for rates. It's going to take just a minute for my system to run them. But there's 2 other things I can send you, totally free of charge. I'll waive the fee on those. One's a memorial planning final wishes guide. So this is just something that you could get to in your own time, but it is important. It'll just lay everything out step by step for Aaron and Deborah, so there's no confusion when the time comes of exactly how you wanted your final arrangements to be taken care of, so that there'll be no arguments. They'll know exactly what Joel wanted and how he wanted it taken care of. So I'm looking at a few rates here. I'm going to give you varying amounts. Now, if something happened to you, Joel, would you prefer to have a funeral or a cremation?
No, funeral.
Funeral. Okay. And now, is there any maybe certain amount of money extra you want to leave behind the Aaron and Deborah, or for this specific thing, would you want this just to be to make sure that the funeral expenses are taken care of and maybe a little extra for any costs that come up?
And that's what it is. That's basically what it is. Just take care of that and maybe give them a little extra.
Okay.
An extravagant. So.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need anybody getting rich off it, but it's just to make sure that they don't lose anything. You know what I mean?
Sure. I mean, as long as I'm taking care of it, that's cool.
Okay. Now, do you have a plot or anything like that prepaid for?
I do, but it's with my mom and dad. I don't know how that's going to work out with the rest of my family. Probably going to wind up.
Okay. So would you have to get another one, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. So with the plot and everything involved, the average, according to usfunerals.com, which is they do a lot of research on this stuff, it's right around $10,000, the average cost of a funeral in the state of Texas. I don't know if that sounds right to you, but that's what I'm looking at here based on the data. That makes about sense, right? And that's average. So that includes the Michael Jackson caskets and the boxes. You know what I mean? So that's right in between there. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not picky.
I'm dead. I don't care.
Exactly. So what we'd be looking here is I'm just going to give you a projection, and this is just to take into consideration here. So the average inflation rate for this industry is 3.43%, okay? So inflation, I'm sure you know what that is, but a carton of eggs 15 years ago was only at like 79 cents or $1.15 or something like that. Now it's like $2 or more, $2.50, right? So the same thing happens to this industry. So $10,000 would pretty much cover your funeral arrangements right now, especially if you were advanced that benefit and they took care of it early. But into the future, I'm anticipating based on your health that, let me see here, and you are 54, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, expectancy of. So as a 54-year-old man, it's expected that you'll at least live into your 80s, okay, based on, and it's probably just going to increase as medicine gets better, but that's a projection. So to be fully covered on a funeral from now into the next 25 years or so, right, 25, 30 years, right around $20,000 to $25,000 in coverage would be sufficient to fully cover that. Now, I'm not saying that that's what you'd have to get, but I'm just letting you know that if you wanted to fully solve this problem from now into the future for Aaron and Deborah, so that no matter what, they'd never have to come out of pocket for this, and if something happened beforehand, then there's just some extra there, right? Then about $20,000 to $25,000 would sufficiently cover that, okay? And now that's a home run. We get that? That's a home run. But sometimes life's about base hits. So teams would win World Series on base hits. So if all we get today is a base hit, to get a certain amount in coverage to make sure that you're covered today. If anything happened, that's fine. We can always add something in the future. So your date of birth here is 1965, and do you use tobacco?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to write these down here. So I want you to write 10,000, 15,000, and then 20,000.
Okay.
And I'll let you know the rates. So you just want to write those down, okay?
Yep.
And and you are 54, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so 54 with a program with all the features I went over for $10,000 in coverage, it would only be $61 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for 15,000 in coverage, it would only be $86 a month, and then for 20,000 in coverage, it would only be about $112 a month.
Gotcha.
So do you have those written down?
I do.
Okay, can you repeat them back to me? It only lets me do one at a time.
1586, 20,112.
So 61, 86, 112?
Uh-huh.
All right. So out of those three benefits, which of those would be best in your mind right now to put in place for
Probably economical wise, probably the 15 would probably be better than anything.
The 15? Okay. So I want to see and make sure that you can get approved for this. And the cool thing is that this company allows us to post-date payments for people to make sure that it coincides with whatever the day of the month works best for them and their finances. So is there a specific day of the month that you like to pay your bills?
Usually around the 15th or so.
The 15th?
Yeah.
Okay. So we could have the first payment be on March 15th, because the thing, a lot of times, like health insurance or car insurance, they make you pay that same day. But life insurance, they know that someone will probably keep the program for, hopefully, their entire.
Hello?
Hi, is this Mr.
Yes.
Hey, how are you, sir?
Good.
That's wonderful. I'm happy to hear. And my name is Victoria. I was reaching out to you on behalf of Senior Life Services. We were giving you a call, sir, because a couple weeks ago you had spoken to one of our company's reps, and you said that you just wanted to get a little bit more info on about $20,000 of life or burial coverage. Does that ring a bell?
Yes.
Yes, I was calling to get that information out to you. Do you have a few moments?
Yes.
Awesome. So basically, like I said, my name is Victoria. Basically, my job here is to go over the features of the programs. I help determine your eligibility, and then I can show you how to apply if you're interested. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to ask you a couple of super simple questions that are going to allow for me to compare the rates from the top 30 companies in your state, and then we'll go from there, okay?
All right.
Awesome. And let me see here, Mr. Burton. You were born in 1959?
Yes.
Okay, so if my math here does not fail me, you are about 6. Okay, and you are around that age, sir. Do you currently have any programs like this in place? Any life or burial programs?
No.
Well, hopefully we can change that. And just so that I know what to look for exactly, do you want this to take care of a burial, a cremation? Is this going to be for, like a gift for a loved one?
Yes. Burial, funeral, and I'd like to. My beneficiary, I got two people in mind: my son and my daughter.
Okay. So, like take care of burial, and then if there's a little bit of money left behind, then they can use it. Got it. All righty. So let me ask you a couple of questions here. You sound like you're in pretty decent health. Do you smoke?
Yes.
I smoke too. I know it's a hard habit to quit. How long have you been smoking for?
No, I don't smoke. I misunderstood you.
So you don't smoke. Okay, got it.
No.
Never mind then. And okay. And so you don't smoke. And what's your health like? Do you have any kidney, liver, or lung issues?
Yes.
Okay. Now, and the diabetes, do you take insulin?
No, it's a pill.
Okay. What is it, like metformin?
Yes.
Okay. I'm on that too. How long have you been on metformin for?
Take me back to a place where I felt at home.
12 years.
Take me back to a
About
day
12
when
years?
we weren't
Okay.
alone.
They
Take
cut
me
my
back
doses
to an
down
age
to
when the
1
world
pill a
felt
day.
small.
Instead of taking 2
Way
pills
back
a day, I
before we
take
blew it
1
all.
pill a
Take me
day.
back to a
Good for
place
you,
where
though.
I
That's
felt
good. That
at
means that
home.
you're at
Take me
least
back
keeping it
to a day
under
when we
control.
weren't
You know, if
alone.
they're
Take
not
me
having
back
you
to
take
an age
2
when
pills
the
every
world
day.
felt small.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you remember ever taking something called gabapentin, Lyrica, or Neurontin? It will be for a tingling sensation in your hand. And how about your blood pressure medication? Are you on 1 or 2? Is that a blood thinner?
Yes.
Okay. What's the reason for you to be on a blood thinner, my love?
Because my cholesterol build up and builds up my blood pressure.
Okay. Have you ever had anything like a stroke, a TIA, a pacemaker?
No.
Any surgeries?
No.
Okay. And what's the name of that blood thinner one more time? It's not Eliquis.
No.
Xarelto, no.
Cardio.
Cardio?
Yes.
You have that pill with you?
I didn't hear you.
You have the pill with you? The medication?
Yes.
Can you Okay. I've never heard of that one before. Oh, okay. It's diltiazem. Okay, so it's a beta blocker. Okay. The beta blocker, and then it's for and is that when they gave you the blood center?
No, they gave me that about 12 years ago.
Oh, so you've been on that for a long time.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm sorry that you had to go to the doctor so recently. That must have been really scary for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely a tough thing. But okay. So based on everything that you are telling me, I am going to be able to get you with one of our top tier companies, okay?
Okay.
It's going to be a whole life policy. Do you know what a whole life policy is, Mr. Burton?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you know that the price that I give you never changes. The coverage amount never gets decreased, no matter how old or sick you ever get. Whatever we decide to get in place is going to be set in stone. Like, no surprises down the line. You know, what you see is what you get, okay?
Okay.
And the name of the company is going to be Pioneer Security Life. They are part of American Amicable Group of Companies. They're A-rated plus with a Better Business Bureau. And basically what that means, Ms. is that this company is not going anywhere anytime soon. They pay their claims super fast. It only takes them 24 to 48 hours to pay out to your beneficiaries, okay?
Mhm.
Alrighty. So I do have a few rates here in front of me. You're going to like them. They're definitely the best prices that we offer. Do you have a pen and a piece of paper?
Yes.
Okay. And if you want to go ahead and write down Pioneer Security, that's the name of the carrier.
Okay.
My name is Victoria with Senior Life Services. That's the name of the company that I work for. Okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a few different options. I know that you wanted the 20,000, but I'm going to give you an option for 10, 15, and 20, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. And just so that I can add any additional discounts, this carrier does offer a different discount based on how you manage your finances. When you get your benefits, are they through the Direct Express card system, or do you just use a standard bank or credit union?
I use a standard bank as direct deposit.
Okay, but it's just a standard checking account?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty, so let me see here what I can help you out with. Alrighty, go ahead and write down. Did you write down the 10,000, the 15, and the 20?
Yes.
Alrighty. 1 second here. So these are all monthly premiums, and like I said, they never change, okay?
All right.
So that $10,000 program, you are only going to be looking at $57.
Mm-hmm.
The $15,000 program would only be $80. And that $20,000 program that you wanted is only going to be $109, which is a great rate, by the way. Now, based on all of those programs that I just gave to you, Mr. Burton, which one would you like to leave behind for your kids?
The 105.80.
So you like the 20,000?
Yes.
Hey,
Hello.
hey, I lost you, my friend.
Yeah.
So I'm in room 12. So basically, I'm here to help you out, my friend, and make sure I can be a resource for you. My name is Griffin, okay, and I'm sorry what you went through with your older brother before. That's very frustrating.
Still going.
I want to make sure. Or are you still going through it? You said.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So this sounds like it's pretty important. I mean, has there been anything that's kept you from getting something done like this before?
Only the fact that I don't have any children. I have no bills. I got rid of all my credit card debt. I have nothing left debt-wise except for the mortgage on my house, and that's I'm down to $8,000 for a mortgage. That's all I owe on it. So.
Oh, nice, man! Congratulations! You almost got that thing paid off.
And I'm comfy, as they say. At least I'm warm right now. So.
Yeah.
I just really have not to say whether it's good or not. So.
Right. So, it looks like overall, my friend, you could qualify for one of the best plans we have in the entire country. And I want you to know that it is a whole life policy. You know, it's a permanent plan. How much would it mean to you to get something like this in place for your younger brother Jamie, so he don't have to go through what you've been going through?
Oh yeah, but I don't see any hardship for him at all, whether I have a life insurance policy or not. Because, as I said, I scored away some money to take care of my burial expenses. I just haven't picked out where it is.
Oh, okay.
How
much do you have? I mean, how much do you think it costs to get all that done?
It's amazing. I've saved about $8,000 so far.
Oh, amazing, man. Congratulations. You could pay off your house with that, or you could go on a trip with that. Would you rather your savings pay for your final expenses, or would you rather a policy do it?
Wouldn't it be nice, a policy?
Well, look, honestly, that's just an honest question. I have a lot of policies. I mean, I'm not I'm looking at it right now. You know, the 7,000 at 64. Let's just go ahead and get the 5,000 for 46 because that's only $1.50 a day, and the government can't tax it. You know, it builds cash value. So down the road, if your heater goes out and you need some emergency money, you don't have to use your savings. You could just use some money from your policy, or you could use your savings and just leave your policy alone. You know, we don't recommend messing with your policy.
Yeah, that
but
makes sense.
It's nice to know it's there if you need it. We're going to give you a final wishes planning guide and a living will just to protect your brother in case your other brother is still alive and gives you any trouble, you know. We want to make sure that we make everything painless. We do have a discount card for prescription drug, dental, and vision. If you're already getting all your Medicare and your prescriptions are paid for, then you should give these discounts to somebody like your younger brother, Jamie. Because he'll save a lot of money.
I belong to a special pharmaceutical program. It's my case manager. I don't pay for any of my HIV drugs.
That's great. I figured you didn't pay for your medications. That's really great, and I'm glad you don't have to. Technology is working really well in that department these days. You know, people are doing well. I mean, one of my best friends has HIV from college, and you know, he's doing fine. I would never knew he had it. In fact, sometimes I forget that he has it, and then I remember. So, you know, anyway. It obviously messes up life insurance, you know, because a lot of people are ignorant. They don't understand technology and how it's advanced and how it's not really, you know, how well you can do when you have that, you know. But this is the best and only option in the country. Could you justify spending $1.50 a day, like putting it in a jar for just a little 5,000 just for this little part of your life for your brother Jamie?
Yeah, but still, let me think about it and talk it over with him actually. And see where I'm at. Right?
I love that. No, that's a good idea. What do you think he would say?
Oh, he's spending money like a drunken sailor. So I'm sure.
Wait, hold on. So, Stephen, look, you know, you guys have a great relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he's like your best friend. Kinda.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Okay. Well, look, do you care? I mean, do you really care about him?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. How long you been thinking about this?
Probably the last 5 years, actually.
Oh man, and finally somebody came along. I mean, how many people have said you could be approved, like guaranteed?
Quite a few.
They have. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you've told me why you wouldn't do it. Now look. I know it's $46.
More peace of mind is one of my driving reasons. Peace of mind. You know?
Exactly. It is peace of mind. People do sleep better knowing that they have this in place. It is less stress. This world's already stressful enough, and we don't need any more stress. This is a stress reducer by having this in place. You've been thinking about it. You've continually had these conversations. And honestly, between you and me, this is the lowest cost plan you could get. And I know that because I've been doing this for a long time. I've got 6 carriers that I use on a regular basis. I used to look at a list of 50, but I would always just use the same 6 carriers over and over again. So I didn't really have to continually, talk about these other ones like Mutual of Omaha, Colonial Penn, Globe Life, Gerber, AIG, all the ones you see on TV, Lincoln Heritage, Liberty, all those different ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I look at them all and I find you the best plan possible. Have you seen those ones on TV?
Yeah, Colonial Penn rings a bell for $9.95 a month.
Yeah, but do you know that? But do you know what you get for $9.95?
Probably not much.
You're right. They sell units. So I had a man, yesterday. This is a true story. We're talking on the phone, and he said, "Listen, man, I don't care who you are. I always verify everything myself. It doesn't matter what you tell me or whatever. I'm going to check myself." So he said, "I'm going to call the company, and if you're telling me the truth, I'm going to call you back, and I'm going to let you know either way what I found out." And I said, "Well, I know what you're going to find out, but you go ahead and call them if you want to verify that for yourself." So he called them, and he's like, "Man, you're the first person who ever told me that Colonial Penn sells units." So they hung up on him. He called them. He said, "Hey, how much is it for? Do you guys sell units?" And the person just was like, and then they hung up on him. He called back, talked to somebody else, and they were like, "How much? You guys sell units?" "Yes, we sell units." "How much is it per unit?" And they were like, "Do you guys sell insurance by the unit, right?" "Yes, we do." "Okay, how much is it per unit?" You know what he found out at age 67? Because he's 67 too. He found out that it was $750 for one unit. That's $995.
Wow.
You do the math. You're going to spend more than you're spending over here with us. You're going to $750 times 4 is about $3,000, roughly $3,200. So you'd get $3,200 for $40 a month. I'm getting you $5,000 for $46. If you do the math, that's $1.50 per day. Could you save $1.50 a day for an exclusive policy for your brother Jamie and peace of mind?
And can't beat that.
Okay. Look, Stephen, I've been doing this a long time. I've literally signed up 300 people with Gerber. They've been around since 1928. Let's just get this done. Cross it off your list. I'm going to be your guy. Paula's going to be your woman. And then we're going to have your back and just be there for you down the road if you have questions about final wishes planning, living will. If you end up in the hospital, do you have something for a living will?
Yeah.
So if you end up in the hospital on life support, you got the document for that to tell your brother what to do?
I'm not sure.
That's okay. We'll give you an extra copy, and then you can give that to your brother. If you end up on life support, you don't have to be a vegetable for more than 2 weeks. You could say, "Listen, just yank that plug on me," because everybody tells me, "Griffin, I don't want to be a vegetable on life support."
Mm.
Right? So this is a peace of mind plan. You've been thinking about this for 5 years. Finally, you've had somebody like me come along, and you've also got Paula that can help you too. And we could get this thing done for you so you can cross it off your list and move on to all the other things that need your time and attention.
All right. Can I get your name again? I remember Paula, but
yeah, my name is Griffin Henderson, Griffin. Now, usually what follows up with, "Can I get your name and your phone number?" is, "Well, let me think about it, and I'm going to call you back," and all this. I got to talk to my wife. I got to talk to my dog. I got to think about it, pray about it, eat, sleep. But nothing really changes when we get off this phone call, except for the fact that the prices could go up, that you're still going to need it. You don't really have to get it, actually. Let's be honest. You don't have to get it, but it would be nice to have it, right?
Sure.
Yeah, it's just a peace of mind. We spend our money. Money's just green paper. It does some things.
In one hand and out the other.
Exactly. It's just green paper, but it's what the money does for us that matters. So
I know.
So honestly, there's only 3 things that change when we get off this phone call. Can I tell you what they are?
What's that?
Number 1, you're still going to need it. It's going to be nice to have it, right? Peace of mind. It's going to cost you to not have it because of the peace of mind. And it's actually going to save you guys from thousands of dollars, because this is a check that's going to go in his name, possibly even for medical costs, not to mention immediate savings that you could also just kind of pass on to him. I've seen people save money on their glasses, on their contacts, glasses, dental, with the discounts that we give them that will be in your packet from Senior Life Services, if you want to write Senior Life Services down. So nothing changes when we hang up, except the price could go up, and you'll still need this and still want to do it. So let's get this thing done, because you have so many other things that you could think about and worry about. This does not need to be one of them.
All right.
Awesome. So what's your street address?
But I can't commit until I'll think about it for a minute. All right.
Right. I know. And I hear that a lot, but usually, like, let's just be honest, Stephen, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I've heard that 1,000 times and it's valid. It's valid. You know, like you should, there's obviously something that you want to consider. What's the number one reason why you would do it?
Oh, money, obviously, money.
Mhm. What's the reason why you wouldn't do it?
Mhm. Yeah.
What's one reason? The money's why you would not do it?
Oh.
Okay. What's the reason why you would do it?
Peace of mind, I said.
Right. Is there any other reason aside from peace of mind?
No, not really. Because I'm not in contact with them.
Yeah. I don't want you to have to use your $8,000 that you've saved up, which I have a tremendous amount of respect for you for doing, because most people cannot do that and will not do that. You know, I want to help you, you know, make sure that you don't have to use that money for something that you're not even going to be able to enjoy when you're, you know, you'll be gone somewhere else. Mm-hmm. And we both know that you won't be able to enjoy that money, and you should be able to. I know you're probably pretty, what would you call it, conservative, or, you know, it doesn't take a whole lot to make you happy?
Not really.
You enjoy the simple things in life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to be able to do that. It's important. So you've been thinking about it for a while. You've probably taken 100 insurance calls. I can help you get your phone registered, so that way no one else is giving you unwanted phone calls. Is there any way in the world you would just consider getting this set up for me? But you don't have to pay today, by the way. If you're worried about that, let's just set it up for whatever day of the month you want it to be on. In February, it could be like the 4th week, or it could be 3 weeks from now, you know, and then Gerber can get you that packet. Final Wishes Planning Guide, Living Will, Prescription Saver for dental, vision, and prescriptions.
Well, on dental, I have dentures.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm not sure I need that as much anymore.
Okay. So look, here's what I would say before this call ends. We know that you can afford it. You know you can afford it. I would consider getting the packet in writing first. So have everything in writing in your lap in black and white. And if you change your mind then I understand. Like, it's fine. I'll you know, you never have to talk about it again with us. And I'll help you get your number registered with the federal do not call list. It is a real thing. It's a government affiliated website for the Federal Trade Commission, Securities Exchange Commission. So anyway,
I never heard of that.
You go to donotcall.gov. You ever go on the internet?
Yeah.
By the way,
by
the way, you can look us up. I mean, any agent that's an actual agent, even real estate agents, go on .gov, your state government website, and you can pull them up. Any agent, me, Paula. You can see how long we've been an agent. You can see where to mail us. You could see if we did our continuing education, if it's active, if we're in good standing. The other thing, though, is you can pull up that do not call, .gov website, and you could put your number in, or I could do it for you if you want, but you could register your number from those telemarketer people. But I just did that for a lady earlier.
All right.
but anyway, look, I know this is a little crazy. You've been on the phone with us for about 30 minutes. I just want to see if there's any way you would set this up for later in the month, get this in black and white, and if you change your mind after that, then I would understand, that's fine.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. Now, they are going to require, I'm going to get this set up for you, and at the end, they do require how you want to pay for it, though, that first time, okay? If you want to mail in a money order after that, you can. But, you just have to make that one-time payment today, not today, but whatever day you tell me. You just tell me a day. It could be the 15th, the 28th. All right? So you do have that stuff with you today, right?
Have what stuff?
How you pay for your bills? How do you pay your bills?
Through the bank, I just, the bank, I have a separate account for all my utility bills
Oh, perfect,
and
man.
my mortgage, so that's deducted.
Oh, you're a genius. I love that. That's what I do.
I don't want the hassle of all that.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I have income account, and then I put it in a bills account, and then I use the bills account and pay all my bills.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have to do it anyway because of all the business we do and just keeping it all nice and clean for the accountant at the end of the year. They really appreciate that.
Mm.
Okay, so it's 1528, and is it Street, Drive, or Avenue?
Clarion Street.
Okay,
South
you get. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, and if you don't mind, she has this information. Let me just double check. Oh, she's got it. She sent it to me. But what's your birthday? All right. All righty. I don't want no one. You said don't remind me.
Sweet commemoration.
Yeah.
I've always, my mother, I guess I got from her. But for the time I'm 30 years old, I'm like, not celebrating my birthday. So go on.
Wow. Hey, so it's a little interesting how our birthdays are when we get older, for sure. Do you know an Andrea Batten?
No.
Oh, okay. I have a client in Florida, because you said you lived in Florida. Her name's Andrea Batten. She lives up near where you used to live, and I signed her up for a Gerber life insurance. Anyway, okay, all right. And, okay, sir, what day of the month do you want that bill to be?
The billing is per month?
Yeah, they do.
I can just pay a year if I want to.
Do you want to pay a whole year?
No, I'm just guessing right now.
Well, they'll give you a discount for it if you do a year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're in. I had a guy that wanted that, so I told him I would do it for him because he asked me.
Probably the 15th.
Okay, 15th it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sir. Do you normally use a card or do you use a good old-fashioned your check, for that?
Oh, no. No.
How do you do it?
I don't even know where my checkbook is now.
How do you pay your bill? How do you pay your bill?
Debit card.
Okay. Now they charge you a couple $, for the debit card, but if you switch it to an account, then you'll get a discount every month. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's just $50.
Yeah, that means a lot.
Okay. Cool. All right. Hold on one second. Oh, I gotta put this back in here because. By the way, you have any other plans for the day?
Yeah, I have to go to the bank.
Nice.
And stuff.
What time you gotta go?
I belong to a savings and loan, American Heritage.
Oh, okay.
Savings and loan.
Yeah, for sure. Have you always lived in Philadelphia?
No, I moved here, when I divorced, I moved here from Charleston, South Carolina. I moved back to Pennsylvania where I'm from. I was closer to my parents. I'm never getting older. And, even though it's 3 hours away, it was close enough, but far enough away.
Right.
So I knew they were going to drop in.
Yeah.
And my brother lives about half hour west of here, so in our town. So
okay.
But my homestead is about three hours away in northern central PA.
Oh, cool. Well, hey, you don't sound like you're from Philly. You're a nice guy. A lot of guys over there, they have the accent. You have more of like a different.
Shut up! Who cares?
Yeah, shut up. Who cares? All right, here we go. All right, so this call is being recorded for quality assurance. Do I have your consent to continue?
Sure.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. My name.
Hello.
Hey, Judy.
Yeah.
Hey, Judy. It's Justin. How you doing today?
Okay.
Awesome. Glad to hear. Judy, I'm with Senior Life Services, and the reason for my call is that a little while back, you spoke with one of our representatives about the state-approved final expense burial programs. And you mentioned that your favorite food is fish. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you go fishing or do you just eat them?
Yeah, I go fishing, not in the winter, though.
Oh, no. I used to love ice fishing, though. I bet you used to go as a kid.
Oh yeah, I've always lived on the Mississippi, I guess.
Oh, awesome. I love that. Cool. Well, I am a state licensed field underwriter and my job is to just go over the features of the programs, determine your eligibility, and show you how to apply if you're interested. So essentially, Judy, my job is to save you the time and hassle and help make a confusing thing pretty simple. Sound fair enough?
Well, yeah, but I already talked to I don't know how many people about insurances. I've got my insurance check done.
Oh, wow.
I've got
Yeah,
it
you
chosen.
must have a lot of friends in insurance if everyone's calling you about it.
Somebody keeps giving them my number. I don't know.
Well, look, just takes a few minutes. I'll get you some information. I would love to be a point of contact in the future for you if this ends up being important, because I'm not going anywhere. I see you mentioned your spouse would be the beneficiary if anything happens to you.
My spouse has been dead for 5 years.
Oh my gosh. Well, geez, I'm so sorry. Sorry for your loss. If something did happen to you, who would be the person that would be picking up the pieces?
Well, there'd be two of them, but
Your children?
yeah,
Okay. Awesome. You have boys or girls or a mix?
one of each.
One of each. Okay. All right. So I have a brother, but I call him my sister sometimes.
Uh-huh.
One of each. Okay, that's nice. Sweet. And just so that I can best serve you here, are you capable of handling these insurance things yourself, or do like your kids do it? You sound like you handle that stuff, right?
Yeah, I handle it.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Cool. Do they live near you?
One of them lives in my house. The other one lives in Clinton too. So.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, that's nice. My mom's not around still. I wish she was.
I wish my parents were around, but they're not.
Right? Yeah. So I guess it's part of life there. Do you got any grandbabies?
Yeah, that's what's living with me.
Oh, okay.
My one granddaughter that's 4, grandson that's 11, and my great granddaughter doesn't live with me, but she's 3.
Okay, cool. Awesome. You're a great grandma.
Mhm.
What a legacy you have there, Judy. That's beautiful.
Great grandma, and about great aunt.
Great aunt.
Yeah.
Wow. I think that's a record for me. I don't know if I've heard the 3 greats there.
Well, my nephew had kids, and one of his kids had kids. So
Okay. Yeah. Kind of just passed down the line there. Cool. So
right,
do they go to your house for family parties, or do you leave?
Oh,
No,
they
full
all
house.
come here. It would be, yes.
All right. Well, now, do you have any type of life insurance right now, or burial?
Yeah, I have 3 life insurance policies.
Wow, that's awesome. Proactive.
One from Bankers Life, plus a cancer insurance through them.
Okay.
Then I have an insurance. I don't know how I got stuck with Occidental and Americo.
Okay.
I don't know. They called, and I must have been in a nice mood or something.
Maybe you took too much medication or something that day.
I hope not.
Okay, great. Well, Occidental is actually one of the companies that I work with, and I know about Americo too. How long ago did you get those ones? Occidental.
Couple years.
Okay, couple years. And do you happen to know what you pay on those?
Pay a month?
Yeah.
One of them's Occidental, I think, is $50.30.
Wow.
And America is $30-some. They're only $5,000 policies.
Gotcha. So you have about 10,000 for
I have
like
20.
$80.
I have 20,000 altogether. The Bankers Life is a $10,000 policy.
Okay. And you're 72 years young. Is that correct? Did they get the birthday wrong too?
No, they got it right.
Hey, okay. Hey, your birthday is actually a day before my brother's.
Oh wow.
Are you a Leo? I think that's what it is, right?
Yes, I am.
Leo. Yep. Okay. Cool. How do you pronounce your last name? Yeah, I get that. Cool. So let me ask you this: do you have any just so I can best serve you here. Do you have any heart, liver, kidney, or lung issues?
Nope.
All right. Any history of cancer, heart attacks, strokes, COPD, or diabetes?
I have diabetes, yes.
Diabetes.
Type 2.
Okay. Type 2, okay. You take care of that with oral medication?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now, do you have anything called neuropathy? Do you know what that is?
I do know, but no, I haven't had any problem with that.
Oh, wow. So you've never had any type of neuropathy. Good for you.
Mm-mm.
Awesome. Do you use tobacco?
Yes.
Okay.
Not a lot, but yes.
Okay. Cigarettes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, hey, you know what? No one's asking you to quit. Well, maybe your family is, but I'm not.
My family can't ask me to quit because 2 of them smoke too.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah. I used to smoke. You know what I did to quit?
Sewed your mouth shut.
Well, I mean, that would have worked. But I took Chantix. You ever hear of Chantix?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's what I took. Took Chantix. It I don't know, I quit pretty fast. I don't know, it was like 2 weeks and I didn't want to smoke anymore. It was kind of weird.
I have tried quitting in the last 10 years at least 5 times.
Have you tried Chantix?
No, my husband did because he had COPD and was a smoker. They put him on Chantix, it only made him worse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was it? Was it that made the COPD worse?
He didn't want to quit smoking.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Is that what he passed from?
Yeah.
COPD?
Yes, it is. That and his heart.
That's such a tough thing to see, COPD. I know that's a really tough thing for some. It's because just like progressive for you. I mean, from what I've seen with my friend who's had it, he actually used to work with me. It was just like really progressive. It's just slow.
What's really hard is when you're in the same room when they're dying and you know they are suffocating.
Oh my God. That's
yeah.
tough.
And there's nothing you can do.
I can't even imagine. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Well, he went when he did because they put him in a nursing home for hospice.
Yep.
He was in there from noon until midnight, and then he passed away because he refused to take any medicine. He refused to go back on oxygen. He was just ready to go.
Yeah. Well, I can. I just went through something similar like that. My grandmother actually passed, and she was 91, I think, and she was just like, yeah, I'm ready to go. It was like her body gave up. She had cancer everywhere, and she wasn't even in pain. She's just like, yep, ready to go. So
my sister died from it started out as breast cancer and spread bad.
I'm sorry. My mom died of cancer too, actually, brain cancer. Same thing.
No, mine died. Mine had lymphoma when she died.
Lymphoma. Okay.
I guess cancer of the lymph glands.
Yeah. The lymph glands. Yeah, it's I mean, cancer's regardless of which one you got, it's no good for sure.
Well, my mother was 82 when she passed away.
Oh, so she lived a long life.
Yeah.
Awesome.
My sister was 52 or 52.
That's too young.
And then my other sister died just from heart problems, and she was 50. There's only 2 of us out of 4 kids. My brother's okay.
Okay.
I have me and my brother. That's all we have from our.
Well, that's all I got is me and a brother. So.
I'm the oldest. Do I talk to him? Yeah.
Cool. Good. I'm glad you guys stay in touch there.
I'll have to.
Yeah. When you got those policies with that you have, what were they intended to cover? So like the 20,000, what would be used for?
Well, it should cover my cremation and stuff like that.
Okay. Cremation. So you're thinking cremation instead of a standard burial?
Yeah, that's the way our family seems to be going.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's what we did with my mother too. Okay, so do you feel like there's anything like maybe, I don't know, I'm just shooting out ideas. Any gifts to any of the grandkids you have, or anything else that you think another program may help with that the current programs don't?
Oh no, because I bought life insurance policies for each one of my grandkids when they were born.
Oh wow, cool. So they all right. So what I was saying is like if to leave them a little extra money. That's all I was saying. So anything extra that a new policy would help with that your current programs aren't covering right now.
I don't think so.
Okay, because a new program, it would be just about what you're paying now for that same amount. You have 10,000 between Occidental and Americo, you said?
Yeah, that's 5,000 apiece there.
Oh, okay. You got that Americo policy a year ago, you said, right?
I think it was a year ago.
Okay. Now that's a company. Does it say Americo Eagle on it?
No, just Americo.
Okay. So, here. So their programs that they have. So here, I'm gonna check this out here. American Bear. I used to sell Americo, and I actually there was a couple things I liked about them, a couple things I didn't like. One thing I didn't like was the customer service. It was I used to sit on hold for an hour. One thing I did like was the rates real low. But the one thing I didn't like about the low rates, although it may sound counterintuitive, was that if what they do is they give a non-smoker rating for the first 2 years.
Yeah.
And then after those 2 years are over, your rate is going to more than double, or you get less coverage. Okay? Yeah. So
okay, so that's something they didn't tell me.
Yeah, so that's why, like, because the Americo has a couple different plans. There's one plan that they will do over the telephone. There's one plan, and then there's another plan that you can do if you go to someone's house. Now, both of them you can do at someone's house, but the one over the phone with that interview that you did, it's the way that it works really is it's in the first here. I'm gonna look at it here. So when does it Eagle plan soar? Yeah, it's in the first 2 years. You have to, but then after 2 years, you have to prove that you didn't smoke in the last year. Do you see what I mean?
How are you going to prove that to them?
I don't know, but you got to be honest, because the last thing you'd want is for a claim not to pay out or something else, right?
Well, that's the problem. Everybody says, "Why do you tell them yes?" I said, "Because you're supposed to tell them the truth."
Yeah. No, I know. And I would call them right here just for you to hear from the I don't know how that term is, from the whatever's mouth, but the horse's mouth, I think they say. But yeah, so that's how their program is. So like I'll just search Americo final expense. Yeah, so expense to smoker. It is okay. It's a quit smoking advantage program, is what they call it. Now, I don't know anybody who's quit smoking just for their life insurance, and that was me too. So it's what it is the policyholder pays. This is a brochure I'm looking at from when I had worked with them. The policyholder pays the non-smoker premium actually in the first 3 years. Sorry, and if they stop smoking for 12 consecutive months, they will continue to receive the non-smoker rates. If after 3 years the insured is unable to quit smoking, their face amount will be reduced and the premium will not change. So you'll just get less insurance. And then if you want to keep the same face amount, then you have to contact them to increase your payment. So for an example, a 65-year-old male for a $10,000 policy is going to pay $65 a month. Okay? Now, if he quits smoking, it stays the same. But if he never quits smoking, it drops down to $5,400. Okay, or the payment goes to $117 if he wants to just keep the premium the same. So that's why there was such a difference in price there, because it's like, hey, if I have one through Occidental for $50 and one through Americo for $30, why didn't they just give me one for. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if Americo 5,000 was $30, then you're gonna. But it's like, why not give me 10,000 for 60 and give me that other 5,000? Do you see what I mean?
Hey, hang on a second. Riley, get down. That 4-year-old's climbing the wall.
That sounds like me. So that's how that one works. So what I can show you here is there's a plan through a company. Actually, I think it's still Occidental for a $5,000 plan with Occidental, assuming that everything went through and got approved. It would be $46 a month, but it would never change from that. That's the tobacco user rate, right? Like it would be locked in from there.
Yeah.
Because in Occidental, they actually have the from what I've seen, like some of the lowest tobacco rates out there.
Well, I got told that Occidental meant accidental.
No. So Occidental, right? If you paid $50 a month for an accidental policy, you'd probably have like 300,000. That's only if you die in accident. At 72, what are the odds you die in an accident? You know what I mean? Like,
all I do is walk out the door and try and cross the street.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you're not racing motorcycles or anything. So.
No, I haven't got into that.
Yeah, and actually, this one we could have the benefit double if you passed on accident, and that total it would bring it to $49 a month. So it would be $10,000 if you passed on accident, $5,000 natural causes. So Occidental, that word, it's actually OCCIDENTAL. What that means, it means relating to countries of the West. So an example is like an Asian challenge to Occidental dominance. So Occidental dominance means countries of the West dominating. So that's what Occidental means. I know it's very confusing. I don't know why they chose that name, but they are actually part of the American Amicable group of companies out of Waco, Texas. They're from started in about 1912. Is when that started, those companies. So they're an amazing company. Their customer service is top notch, and our agency as well. I mean, we have a full-time staff. Like, when's the last time your agent called you?
I just talked to the agent I have with Bankers Life. I hear from every month.
Okay.
He also checked out my health insurance stuff to make sure I got the right policy that I would need.
Okay, yeah. So they keep in touch with you if you're in Medicare, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So Bankers Life would be a tough choice with given for the final expense side. Those companies are would Bankers Life is usually like fully under. You had Bankers Life policy for a long time, probably, right?
Quite a while, yeah, at least 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. So those policies are for maybe a little younger and some different circumstances. So what I would recommend that we do is apply, because I mean you want to lock in something that's going to stay there. You don't want to end up having half the amount of coverage or end up paying like double now or double later for that same amount of insurance with America, right?
Yeah.
So
right.
It'd have to prove there and have it drop to $2,500 and then you got less insurance. So it would only be like $15 more a month to lock in that rate that you'd have with Occidental to keep it.
I can tell you're not on Social Security the way you're talking about money.
No, I'm not. But 90% of my clients are, and I'm. With that being said, though, I'm kind of trying to look out for the long term for you too, because I know that when that premium doubles, right, it's going to be a bigger impact if you wait, especially with the great cost of living and stuff is going up, and who knows when you're going to get another COLA, right?
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah, exactly. So just my recommendation, since I've worked with Americo, I work with Occidental, I don't work with Americo anymore. It just wasn't the best suit for a lot of my clients I had, and it wasn't easy. I have a lot of clients. I've been doing this a few years. It wasn't really easy for me to manage that and for our agency's back office. So look, what I'd recommend that we do is apply just to see if you can still get approved for $5,000 with Occidental. We can, there's no payment due today. If you get approved for this, we'll call Americo tomorrow, make sure that everything with that policy is handled so that we can just kind of get this one in place for you to compensate for the difference that It's like pay a little bit more now, so you don't have to pay a lot more later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just was going to say Occidental already got their money for this month. They take it out of my checking account.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. They're good at that, right?
Yeah, they take it out. They told me one day that what date they take it out, and now they take it out the day my Social Security check shows up.
Yeah, so that's why they actually do that, because like heaven forbid you're in a situation where you're not really cognitive and you're not all there mentally, and you wouldn't want to. You'd want to make sure that money's taken out for your life insurance, right?
Yeah.
So that's actually a good thing.
Well, they're not the only ones I complain about, because people say, well, we'll take it out the 15th, or give me a date and that'll be the date we'll take it out. And then they take it out a lot sooner before the money's in there, or...
Oh, yeah. No, I know how that is. So with Occidental, we actually our agency was part of a project to help them. They actually paid like $2 million to have that billing system to make sure that it coincided with Social Security, because there's a lot of clients, like you said, they like Social Security. They live check to check, and people were running into issues where someone else would get the money before their life insurance. They're like, geez, well, I need my life insurance, and this other thing that was billing me that I didn't even realize, I don't want that. So you would have the option to set it up for whatever day of the month was best, and it could actually be set to start in March for you. So if we apply and you get approved, cool, stuff set out for March, and we can call Americo and just have that handled with their program, and we'll just make the smooth transition to Occidental for you. That way it'll all be with one company, too. It'll be easier for your family to get the claim, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool. So we can do that. We can apply for the Occidental, and I'm sure you'll get approved as long as there hasn't been any changes in your health, and we can have it set up. So you get the first of the month? Is that when you get your payments?
No, the fourth Wednesday of the month.
Oh, fourth Wednesday. Okay. So in that case, it would be February 23rd, and then it would be just, the fourth Wednesday after that, unless there's a day of the month that works best for you. But I would recommend keeping it the fourth Wednesday, but I don't know. That's, you can always change that at any time. So are you still at okay. And let me see here. My screen said no, not tonight. What's your grandson's favorite thing to do?
My grandson's favorite thing to do?
Yeah.
Video games.
Video games. Oh, what's he play?
I don't know.
Okay. I didn't even ask you this, Judy. How tall are you?
5'5".
Okay. And how much do you want to weigh today?
Do I want to weigh, or do I?
Do you? 148. Oh, hey, you're a healthy weight.
Well, I'm trying to lose.
Oh, yeah? What's your goal?
Another 20 pounds.
Another 20 pounds. Okay.
Well,
how are you gonna do that?
At the beginning of the year, I weighed almost 200.
Wow. That's a big drop. What did you do?
Nothing. I just changed the way I was eating because of my diabetes and that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. And your doctor doesn't give you gabapentin or anything like that, right?
No.
No Lyrica, gabapentin? Are you on any inhalers?
No.
Okay, good. All right. So the cool thing is I have actually the ability here with Occidental for us to get this health checked, everything on my screen here. Like they just run through it. It's really cool. Were you born in Iowa?
Yes.
Okay. And okay. And what's your doctor's name?
Well, what she got was part of his lunch for tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
For school on, and he'll want it, and she'll have it gone.
Do they call you Grandma, Grammy?
Whatever they feel like, como.
Whatever. Okay. Hey, do you have an email that you'd like to put on this?
Well,